Incredible scenes in talkSPORT Towers. Darren Ambrose was on his feet. He was fist pumping. He was in the face of Adebayo Akinfenwa. He's not laughing now, Bayo, is he?
Aye, big dogs eat, small dogs whimper. Yeah.
He made that bit up though, didn't he?
Huh? What?
He made that bit up, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he did, to be fair. No, I ain't gonna lie, I was devastated. At 3-3, I was wrong. I called it. I was like, it's going to be 3-3. And then it was 3-3. I should have been confident with my team.
You've got to be, if you're Ryan Mason, you've got to be so disappointed with that defending. You've just got back into the game, back equalised in the game, 3-3. You go away 3-3 after being 3-0 down. It's a ridiculous result at Anfield. To give that goal away immediately after the restart, it's criminal, Crookie. It really is. It's criminal. They've done so well in this second half. It has to be said. But I did say, didn't I? I said Spurs will get another one, but Liverpool will also score.
You did say
it's
that.
It's not over yet. We know this.
It's not. It's going to be a topsy-turvy. Yeah, get him topsy-turvy. To one thing I would say, and I know I'm bigging up my team and that, but how good is it from Liverpool, from getting pegged back 3-3, and for me, you saw me, I was like, I knew it was going to happen. But them to go up the other end and say, nah, you know what? This is Anfield, this is our team. So both on both sides, and this is what I said about what Ryan Mason had to do. Ryan Mason had to go in there and show that this team's together. Yeah. And that, you know what, look. Don't let me big up Ryan. Don't let me say anything about Ryan Mason, because he can feel my energy and Tottenham can feel my energy and they're getting stronger and stronger. But look, all jokes aside, this is what he come in here to say, look, for all the criticism we're getting, and I get what you're saying, but how many teams, I think bar Real Madrid, that scored 3 goals at Anfield?
Yeah,
so you've got to,
done well,
for me, you've
half.
got to kind of take those positives. And I know Tottenham fans will turn around and say, not that I'm chatting nonsense, but they scored 3 goals away from home.
No change there, then.
No, you did. Don't let me come through.
Tottenham, 54 points. They've got 4 games to play, Darren Ambrose. That means the most that they can accumulate between now and the end of the season would see them finish on 66 points. Newcastle already on 65. Manchester United on 63. The top 4 is done, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. It was done a while ago. We know that. It was done after the Newcastle game in particular, but even before that, I felt it would have been too difficult with the run of games to play. I think I said maybe off air or on air, the Newcastle, Manchester United, and today those games is going to be the defining games of the season for Spurs, coming towards the end. But it's concerning that it could be not even top 6, maybe not even top 7, the way it's going. Look, Ryan Mason has done a good job. He's come back against 2-0 against Manchester United to draw 2-2. Almost today, if it wasn't for the mistake by Moura, you've got to feel sorry for, because it was sloppy play, and he's been brought on to make the difference, and he did, but in the opposite end, unfortunately. So he is showing pride for the football club.
Would you give Mason the job?
No, I wouldn't. No, and that's nothing to do with Ryan Mason. That's nothing to do with in terms of like I said, he's a good guy. He's clearly a Tottenham guy. I think he should stay at the club. He should be a coach.
Because you're giving him in the small time
I think
he's coming.
It's lose for Ryan Mason. I think if you're coming in as an interim manager, like he's done previously, these games, the 2-2 Man United today, they'll say he showed some fighting spirit. If you start the season, you are the manager. I think Daniel Levy will get a lot. I think Joe Lewis will get a lot of criticism for that, because you're saying we can't go out and get a top manager anymore. You've had Conte,
you've had Mourinho, you've had big names.
I don't think Ryan Mason is ready for a job like this. I don't.
But who is then? So, but see, so the crazy thing is, so Conte came in, won Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
Was won everywhere he's gone. Mourinho, same thing, got you lot to a final. So you say he's not ready. You can only get ready, and he ain't showing signs of what's actually missing. Is, again, Tottenham more than me, is first and foremost, getting everybody in the same direction, pulling in the same direction. So, don't get the game twisted. They came back from United 2-2, and you've got to take small steps. Yeah. And I know there's going to be individuals and say, well, listen, we're a big club, we're top 4. I get all that, but you've got to take small steps, and you have to go off. You know what? He's coming and drew with United, come back. And again, these are characteristics which were there before, and then at Anfield, scored 3. Only Real Madrid's probably done that. Statisticians would tell us that. And if it wasn't for a mistake with Moura, they would have come away at Anfield drawing. Not many teams have done that. So if you're saying that, if he finishes the season, maybe not winning every game, but you're just seeing, maybe if he does get his foot under the table and shows what he wants to do, Why not give him the opportunity?
I just think it's difficult. You know what it's like when you're a coach. It's easy to come in, not that we've done it, but be a manager, because you know there's no pressure really. He'll know there's no pressure really. He's not going to get I think he'll know they're not looking at him. He's not first choice. If he went on and won every game when he arrived till the end of the season, I still don't think Daniel Levy and Joe Lewis would have put him in charge. I think there's such a difference between being that interim manager who's friends with Harry Kane, friends with Erik Dyer, knows the club, to then becoming the manager. You then have to make decisions that you don't have to make now, because you're under no real pressure. If he loses,
he's ready.
If he loses games,
he says he's ready though.
People still say that today, 3-0 down. Well, this is contest to Stellini still.
Yeah.
Next season, that's his team.
Yep.
He goes 3-0 down after 15 minutes. And if you look at the likes of Conte and Jose Mourinho, they leave the club. They go elsewhere. They've done it. They've done it at different clubs. They've won leagues, so they go to different elite clubs. Here could be the end of Ryan Mason if he comes in and continues to play this way. Although he's shown a lot of fight, still conceding 2 at Man U early, still conceding 3. But at the moment, it's Conte, it's Stellini's fault, and that will stay until he's the manager.
What I'm just trying to say is, right now it's all ifs and buts. All we're looking at is, we're seeing some progress. We're seeing a little bit, even though it's not his teams. This is only happening just because of the base of his relationship with the players. So for me, Gary O'Neill is the same. It was an interim. Then you're like, oh, you know what? Has he done enough in the sense of believing in the project going forward? He says it is. He says, look, I'm ready.
Yeah, I like that. I like that with him.
I like that. He's like, no, man, I'm ready. Let me take this and I'll hold it on my shoulders, good, bad or indifferent. And that's just from you, but you're a Tottenham fan. So
well, I think it's a little bit different in terms of the pressure at Spurs than it is at Bournemouth, I believe. But not with the supporters, but with the expectations that goes with the Spurs football team. I just feel Ryan Mason isn't quite ready for it. Give it a couple of years, yes, I think he could mould himself into this role by having these opportunities, becoming first team coach. You know, he's always been a coach, but become the first team coach, learn your trade under. But as you said, Cricket, at this rate, is a Nagelsmann or someone like that wanted to take over? I think they do. I think that Spurs are in London. They've got unbelievable facilities, training ground. You come in, you've not really got a lot of pressure because they had a poor end to the season, so you can turn it around immediately. You need backing. I'm just not sure Ryan Mason is ready.
Somebody with one of those managers, I think it's actually less pressure because of where they're starting from. I think it's the same with Ten Hag. I think when you come in with something being that bad and you kind of turn it around a little bit, you're like, oh yeah, you see where we were to where we are. So I actually don't think that these managers that are looking at it, as long as they get their creative control, as long as they get that they can put whoever they want to put in, I actually still think it looks like a real exciting job.
What's your take, Crookie, from obviously looking on the outside, being a neutral? What would you say about Ryan Mason and the job?
I think there's a big difference between being in temporary charge and taking the job on a full-time basis. He's liked by the players. I think obviously he's got the respect of the Tottenham fans, but I agree with you, Darren Ambrose. I think it's probably just a step too soon for Ryan Mason, but maybe Tottenham fans out there disagree. Maybe like Adebayo Akinfenwa, they think Ryan Mason is earning the right to be made the manager on a permanent basis. Let us know. 0371722 3344 is the number. You can text 81089. You can tweet us at talkSPORT. 5 games left, Bayo, for Liverpool. Fulham at home, Brentford at home, Leicester away, Aston Villa at home, Southampton away. I don't think it's inconceivable that Liverpool win 5 from 5 between now and the end of the season. That would put them on 71 points. Newcastle currently on 65, Manchester United on 63. Could they steal a Champions League place, potentially?
Yeah, not steal, just take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just taking it, you know, and we're taking it from United.
Off United?
Yeah, we're taking it off United. I think Newcastle's one step. I think Newcastle, I just think they've hit form. Like,
they'll get 2 results from now to the end of the season.
That's the reason. I think if we're going to steal it, it will be from United. I don't know what's United's running. And to be fair, what does do well is Liverpool's got 3 home games, 2 away, which that for me sits much better in that running. So yeah, man, listen, it's there. Look, of course it will be an unbelievable achievement if Liverpool go win 5 out of 5 and get it. But I don't think it's inconceivable that Liverpool can do it. And if it is, it will be because I do think United will still want to be looking at the FA Cup. I do. I think they'll. Yeah. There's one element where, and they've got to be on form to beat Man City. They have to. So that's going to play into the running.
Well, they've got 3 home games left: Manchester United, Wolves, Chelsea and Fulham. I think they'd be confident of winning those. They go to Bournemouth on a Saturday towards the end of the season. Next month, they're going to go to West Ham this time next week. That's actually live on talkSPORT, I think 7 o'clock kick. And they go to Brighton on Thursday. That game also live on talkSPORT. Maybe the race for the top 4 isn't over yet. Let us know, Liverpool fans. 03 717 22 3344 is the number after a very dramatic late victory over Spurs. Maybe you're believing the top 4 is back on the radar.